We live in a society, one which is reigned by rules and regulations, but by leaving constraints of it and entering a different world, we can enter the magic circle. When we play, something happens. The real world slips away. Its deadlines, its rules, its heaviness. And we enter a different space. One where dragons exist, where time bends, and we can plant a garden with no fear of weeds. This is the magic circle. And it's more than just a theory. It's a doorway into who we are. In 1938, Dutch historian Johan Huizinga wrote Homo Ludens, man the player. He argued that play is older than culture, older than civilization, that play is how humans first made meaning. He described the magic circle as a space marked off from ordinary life. It's not a physical space, it's a psychological one, a state of being where different rules apply. In a child's game of tag or a soldier's drill, play suspends reality and creates its own world. Games today are the latest incarnation of this sacred play space. But now, the circle isn't just drawn in a field or playground. It's carved in code. In games like Breath of the Wild, the world just doesn't look beautiful. It obeys laws that feel true, because we've agreed to believe in them. Inside the magic circle, we accept that one heart equals life. That jumping into a spinning ring of fire is normal. That grinding for 40 hours is not just fun, it's purposeful. This is to say, as the magic circle captures your imagination, it creates a new reality for yourself. As game designers Katie Salen and Eric Zimmerman call the magic circle a protective frame. It protects the game from reality and reality from the game. And yet, we feel real emotion inside of it. Triumph, failure, maybe even grief. In one of my favorite games, Monster Hunter, you hunt, you build, and you return, over and over and over again. There are no philosophical choices, no moral dilemmas, and that's exactly the point. Jesper Juhl writes that the clearest games are those that give us a clean loop. Action, reward, reflection. In Monster Hunter, the circle is tight. The hunt is a ritual. You enter it like you would a dojo or a cathedral. You prepare, you hunt, you reward. And through that ritual, something profound happens. The world fades. Not because the game is grand, but because it is complete. It makes sense, even if the world outside doesn't.
My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? And everything went black.
That was an example of the YouTuber Easy Speezy being immersed in the world of the Stanley Parable. Sometimes the circle is bent or broken. Some games remind you that this world is fake. Fragile even. In the Stanley Parable, your choices are mocked. In eternal darkness, the game lies to you. On purpose. Stephen Conway says, this disruption doesn't destroy immersion. It deepens it. Because now you're playing a game about playing a game. These moments test the strength of the circle. And strangely, they prove how powerful it really is. Because even when the illusion is shattered, we really want back in. Another example of this would be Animal Crossing New Horizons, which operates on a 24-hour cycle, mirroring the rhythms of the natural world. Unlike many games that reset at midnight, Animal Crossing begins its new day at 5 AM, in-game time. This subtle shift allows players to experience the progression of time in a way that feels both familiar, and magical. Each part of the day brings its own unique atmosphere and activities. Morning is bustling, with villagers starting their day, shops opening, and new tasks to complete. As the day progresses, the island transitions into a tranquil evening, with the sky painted in hues of orange and pink. Nightfall introduces a different rhythm. Villagers return home, the island quiets down, and the moonlight casts a serene grace over the landscape. It's a time for reflection, stargazing, and enjoying the peaceful solitude. On top of this, different fish come out depending on the weather cycle. Larger ones in rain, smaller ones in the sun. This cyclical passage of time within the game world creates a sense of continuity and immersion. It's a reminder that even in a virtual space, the passage of time holds significance. Although the magic circle frees us, sometimes it traps us. When the outside world gets too hard, games offer comfort, predictability, safety. But what happens when we stop returning? Jesper Jewell writes that players often seek games because they offer juicy feedback loops, a promise of progress, when life feels stagnant. But feedback is not fulfillment, and comfort isn't growth. In Monster Hunter, the loop is complete, but it can become compulsive. In Animal Crossing, time flows beautifully, but if you never log off, what's it helping you avoid? The circle gives us shelter, but too much shelter becomes a shield, and no game, no matter how magical, can protect us forever. Huizinga called play a universal impulse, older than civilization, but the truth is, the circle hasn't always welcomed everyone. Many early games centered a narrow idea of who play was for. Usually white, cisgender males. Salen and Zimmerman wrote that the magic circle has boundaries, but those boundaries can include, or exclude. Who gets to draw them? And who gets pushed out? Even now, in online games, the protective frame can break. Harassment seeps in. Toxicity ruins the ritual, and trolls reign supreme. When the circle fails to protect it, it fails to be magic at all. Play is supposed to be free, voluntary, a gift we give ourselves. But the modern game industry has learned how to profit from our desire to stay inside the circle. Katie Salen and Eric Zimmerman warned that the circle must protect the game from external stakes. But microtransactions pierce that barrier. Now time is money, and play starts to feel like work. Games like Fortnite and Genshin Impact create economies inside the circle, complete with scarcity, status, and spending pressure. Now this isn't anything new. This is the same as the 2010s with TF2 or COD. But this ritual becomes a routine. The grind becomes a job. Stephen Conway argues that breaking the illusion deepens the experience. What if the illusion isn't broken on purpose? Just monetized until it's hollow. When the circle is no longer sacred, it risks becoming a shopping mall. And we stop playing because we want to, and start playing because we have to. In the end, the magic circle isn't just about games. It's about permission. It gives us room to imagine, to fail without fear, to act without consequence, yet still feel the weight of those actions. We cross into the circle of play, but in doing so, we practice being human. So in the next time you press start, remember, you're not escaping the world, you're stepping into another one. One where you can be brave, curious, foolish, or free. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, share your own favorite Magic Circle moments in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and give me a good grade.